shot won't fall. Wilson, what looks like over the back. Well,
Oh boy.
jump ball is the call.
Wow. Stephanie White's upset about that. I thought that was over the back. Wow. Watch this. That's a jump ball?
That was supposedly a jump ball. According to the official record, Lexi Hull boxed out perfectly, using textbook fundamentals, while AJA Wilson came crashing over her back, clawing at the ball, and somehow, the result was a 50-50 possession. But you saw it. The broadcast crew was stunned. The coaches were furious. And for thousands of fans watching, that was a moment when suspicion turned into confirmation. This wasn't just a miscall, it was a boiling point. A visual snapshot of a crisis that had been quietly building all season long. Players have been complaining behind closed doors for months. Coaches have been biting their tongues. But this one viral clip blew the doors wide open. The players are done staying silent. Their on-court frustration, the visible outrage from coaches on the sidelines, it's all part of an unspoken rebellion against a league that has completely lost control of its officiating. And today, we're connecting the dots, showing how this one moment became the spark that lit a fire the league can't contain. Because this isn't just about one video. It's about a full-blown credibility crisis for the WNBA. A scandal the league is desperately hoping will fade away. But we're not letting it. Today, we're using their own receipts to show just how deep the problem runs. If you're tired of the spin and ready for the truth, smash that like button right now. Your support keeps this whole thing going. Let's break down the anatomy of the play that broke the internet. That's the analyst, live on air, struggling to make sense of what he just saw. Because on the surface,
This was a big win for the Fever because the Aces were the only team that they had not won at least one game to last season, meaning the Aces swept the Fever last season. They actually haven't won they actually haven't won a game against the Aces in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark. This team is crazy. They are beating the #1 team in the league first. And then they go and beat the Aces, who they haven't won to in 16 games. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, which is just a testament to how this team is finally developed.
play was simple, textbook, even. It's one of the first lessons you learn in basketball. The rebounder who establishes position owns that space. Lexi Hull did everything by the book. She boxed out, sealed off AJA Wilson, and went up strong for the ball. Meanwhile, Wilson didn't fight for space. She went straight over Hull's shoulders, made contact, and interfered. That's an over-the-back foul. Period. At every level of basketball, from high school gyms to pro arenas, that's a foul, Indiana's ball, no debate. But instead, the whistle blows and the call is a jump ball. A decision so baffling, so against the grain of basketball's most basic rulebook, that it felt like a glitch in the matrix. This wasn't a 50-50 judgment call. This wasn't even close. It was a blatant foul that not only got ignored, but somehow rewarded Wilson as Las Vegas gained possession through the arrow. Just like that, this one play, caught on camera and instantly viral, became the smoking gun. It wasn't speculation anymore. It wasn't some fan paranoia. It was evidence. Cold, hard proof that something is wrong, and fans finally had their Exhibit A. But that was only the start. Because to truly grasp why this blew up the way it did, you have to zoom out. Because for a massive part of the WNBA audience, this wasn't a fluke. It was part of a trend they've already named, and they're not letting it go. Whistle Wilson. That's a nickname buzzing through WNBA fan circles, and it didn't come out of nowhere. It's a result of months of watching, rewinding, and calling out what now feels like a blatant pattern. AJA Wilson, a multi-time MVP and undeniably elite player, seems to get a whistle others don't. In this game alone, Wilson shot 13 free throws. The entire Indiana Fever squad, just 17. Let that sink in. One player
Defense is playing phenomenal. Oh my God, it's night and day. I think that Commissioner's Cup gave them swag. Now they're swagging it out. I never seen Natasha Howard so aggressive in my life. This girl is beasting now all suddenly. She is beast moding right now. And Timpson, the rookie, getting block shots, getting steals. Leah Boston is just murking, destroying Aja Wilson. I got a Wilson. I got a nickname for Aja Wilson, guys. You know what it is? Whistle Wilson. Because this lady is always getting whistles. She's the person with the special whistle, guys. Every freaking time. And then she goes to the free throw line. Freaking free throw merchant. I think she's related to SGA. But anyway, she's not
nearly matching an entire roster's trips to the line. This isn't Reddit-level conspiracy. It's reality, playing out in real time, and even the broadcast couldn't ignore it. Commentators were baffled. Social media lit up with fans pointing out the same thing. That whistle was one-sided. One user ranted, "My God, do you see how many free throws that woman got?" Another joked that they were doing everything possible to keep the Aces alive. Even the more reserved analysts admitted it. Superstars get the whistle, they said, like it's just part of the game. But here's the problem. When that becomes a norm, it stops being a game. It becomes performance. That over-the-back no call, it wasn't just bad officiating. It was proof that the outcome might be influenced by something other than basketball. And the most shocking part, it wasn't just the fans who were furious. For the first time in a long time, both head coaches, yes, both, called out the officiating. Think about that. Vegas got the favorable calls. They benefited from the missed foul. Yet Becky Hammon, their coach, was livid. In her post-game presser, she blasted the refs, saying the game had become a rugby match and her team didn't want to play that way. That is a bombshell. The coach whose team got the benefit of the whistle saying the refs ruined the game? That's not bias. That's systemic failure. But the real moment of defiance came from Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White. With her team up big and 5:35 left in the game, she'd seen enough. She exploded on the sideline, letting the refs have it. So much so that she got slapped with a technical. This wasn't just rage. It was calculated. It was a message. Her team was dominating, and she still risked a tech to publicly say, "This game is a joke." Caitlin Clark's reaction, jumping up and high-fiving teammates, said it all. The whole bench felt it. That tea wasn't a meltdown. It was a protest. This wasn't an isolated incident. This was a boiling point. And it wasn't born on July 3rd. It's been building all season. Coaches like White have been warning the league. Players have privately complained. The officiating is inconsistent. It's physical to the point of danger. The rule book is applied at random. One night you're in a basketball game. The next, you're in a rugby scrum. Just ask Becky Hammon. That's exactly what she called it. And that's the root of this crisis. Not just miscalls, but a league that can't, or won't, control its product. And this game? It was the spark that lit the powder keg. This wasn't just a random Tuesday night matchup. This was the reigning two-time champs facing off against the most-watched team in the league, with stars like AJA Wilson and Caitlin Clark front and center. Every camera lens, every analyst's eye, every fan was locked in. And right there, on the biggest stage, the officiating didn't just slip, it collapsed. The Whistle Wilson jump ball call was so blatant, so visually damning, they became the undeniable poster child for everything broken in the WNBA's officiating system. What had quietly simmered in locker rooms and post-game whispers now exploded into a full-blown public reckoning. And here's the part most fans miss. The real protest from players doesn't always come in words. It's in body language, reactions, and silent defiance. Lexi Hull's reaction on that play? That wasn't just frustration. It was a nonverbal scream. I did everything right, and you still punish me. Then there's Clark, sidelined but vocal, animated, emotionally invested in every whistle. And when her coach Stephanie White got a tech for calling out the refs, Clark jumped up with a huge smile, high-fiving her teammates. That moment was loud without saying a word. It was Clark, the league's golden ticket, publicly backing her coach in a middle-finger moment to the officiating crew. If you've been watching closely, you've seen it too. The eye rolls, the shoulder slumps, the harder-than-usual fouls just to get a call. Fans on Reddit and Twitter didn't imagine this pattern. It's real. The players know it, the coaches know it, and now the fans are making sure the league knows it too. When two teams, Two benches and two fan bases all express the same frustration. It's no longer subjective. It's a pattern. It's a statement. And the WNBA is now backed into a corner with nowhere to hide. That brings us to the league's worst nightmare, a credibility crisis, and it's entirely self-inflicted. They ignored months of subtle and not-so-subtle complaints. They let bad officiating fester until one viral moment made it unavoidable. That AJA Wilson, Lexi Hull clip now defines a conversation. Not the win, not the stats, but the screw-up. Fans aren't just watching games. They're dissecting replays and building a case against the refs like it's a court trial. And silence from the league office? That's not damage control. That's confirmation. It tells the fans, yes, we know. No, we're not fixing it. So now the WNBA is standing at a crossroads. They can either overhaul the officiating system, better training, real accountability, and structural changes, or they can close their eyes and pray the storm passes. But this time, the internet isn't letting go. The question now is, what will the league do next? And more importantly, what would you do if you were in Kathy Engelbert's shoes? Let us know in the comments below. And if you believe these players deserve fair whistles and real accountability, hit that like button and keep the pressure on, because this is bigger than a bad call. This is about the future of the league. What do you think is a number one fix the WNBA needs to stop this officiating disaster? Should they hit bad refs with real consequences? Tear the training system down and build it back from scratch? Or is it something even bigger? Drop your most in-depth solution in the comments. Don't hold back. This is just the beginning. The fallout is only getting hotter, and we'll be tracking every twist and turn. So if you want to stay ahead of the next bombshell, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. And if you believe this conversation matters, for the future of the league, for the integrity of the game, and for the players who are risking injury under broken officiating, share this video with another fan right now. The more people that see this, the louder the message to the league. We see what's happening, and we won't let you ignore it any longer.